everyone, yes, it's that time of year again. It's Halloween, hence the ears. Now I want to show you how to make my cookie recipe. So this is a recipe for spiced cookies which can be iced. Now to start off with, I need 250 grams of plain flour, that's 2 cups. And I'm going to pop that into a sieve in a large bowl. So we're going to sieve together the flour. Now we're going to have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm going to be using 2.5 teaspoons of mixed spice. Now sieve these ingredients together. Next we add in 100 grams of soft brown sugar, which is just over half a cup. And we're going to stir that into the flour and spices. Okay, let's give it a good stir around. Now we add in 75 grams of butter, cold diced butter, and you're just going to rub that in with your fingertips until it forms fine breadcrumbs. There we go, that's fine enough. See? Just like that. Add 1 egg into a separate small bowl or jug. That's 1 large egg. And I've got here 1/4 of a cup of golden syrup, and that's about 60 mils. I've measured that. Or if you want to do it by tablespoons, about 4 tablespoons. Okay, now we're going to mix the egg and the syrup together first before adding it into the flour mixture. So just get yourself a fork. Now we pour all of that into the bowl. Now just start bringing it together. Just squish it together with your hands. I'm just going to cover the dough with some cling film and leave it in the fridge for 30 minutes before you start rolling it out. Once your dough has chilled, you're now ready to start rolling, and all you need to do is lightly flour your work surface and a rolling pin. We're going to be rolling this out. Now the dough is it's easier to roll once it is chilled. Okay, now just start gently rolling it out, and then we're going to cut our shapes out. So once all the shapes have been cut out, you just need to pop them onto a baking tray with a piece of greaseproof paper or a slick mat. I use a Crescential slick mat, which is really good. It's made from silicone, so you can keep reusing it. And you can order these on Amazon as well. And my oven is preheated to gas mark 4, that's 180 degrees C. And these will take about perhaps 8 to 10 minutes in the oven, depending on how thick you've cut them. So just keep an eye on them. They're ready when they're golden brown. So pop them all on now. And that's what they should look like when they're ready, nice and golden brown. Once the cookies have cooled down, now you can have fun and ice them. So I've got some, this is a ready-made icing that you can buy in a pack from your local supermarket. What I'm going to do is start rolling this out with a bit of icing sugar, because again I don't want it to stick to the work surface. So a bit of icing sugar, and then rolling pin, and roll it out till it's really thin, as thin as you can get it. So we're going to cut out the shapes that you used to cut your biscuits out with, to cut out the icing. Okay, so now I'm just going to get a bit of jam. Apricot is good, or, well, I've only got raspberry. And then I put a thin coating onto each biscuit, and this helps the icing to stick. Now all you have to do is stick your icing onto the biscuit like so. yourself some food colouring and a paintbrush, and you can start painting in your pumpkins. Now you can do whatever you want to decorate them. And here we have. So another really good way to ice cookies is to have these really good little tubes of icing, and you can just squeeze out and make nice patterns as you go along. Ooh. So that is another way. So there are a few different ways that you can ice your cookies. I've shown you a couple of ways. Another way actually is to mix up some icing sugar with a little bit of water and some food colouring, and then you can just spread that all over your cookies and then add lots of sprinkles and decorations and have lots of fun. Oh yes. So I hope you have a very happy Halloween. Please leave me your comments. If you want to subscribe, you have to hit the button up the top there somewhere. And yes, I'll see you next time.